What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Trent back with another video. As you see, we with the guys, man. We're doing a little round table, the big three over here. We got a lot of discussions to talk about. Unfortunately, the Miami Heat, I believe, don't play until Friday, so we only got a couple more days. It's been kind of dead. Shout out to Tyler Hero for winning the three-point contest. But Amir, go check out his channel at Team to Beat Miami Heat. Go check out Martell's channel at Miami Heat's own podcast, and go check out my channel at Miami Heat Network. Like I said, who's doing it better than us? But anyway, so today we're going to be talking about the Ja Morant trade rumors that came out today for the offseason. So y'all guys don't get confused. I kind of want to have a little discussion with Ja or Trae because we haven't had a great point guard since scoring, I feel like. Also, we could talk about what Bam said about Kevin Durant during that Netflix series. And then also we could talk about just anything involving the Miami Heat. You got legends calling out Jimmy Butler, calling him a crybaby. So we can just talk about, break down all that stuff. And yeah, keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. And let's get back in today's video, man. So start it off, Amir.
If Ja Morant's available, we got to go for him. I know he's having a down season for his statistics, averaging only 20 points per game, but still averaging 7.4 assists, 1.3 steals. He's played 32 games, so he has had the injury bug over the last few years in his young career, and he's kind of like that Derrick Rose kind of prototype where he's crazy athletic, but he's like super thin. He's like always doing these acrobatic moves and just like falling down super hard. So like he is injury prone, but he raises the ceiling for this Miami Heat team. He's still an all-star level point guard who is a really good scorer and playmaker. He is kind of like Trae Young. He doesn't shoot the three ball as good as Trae Young, obviously, but between the two, I much rather have Ja Morant, I think, because I think he's not a great defender, but he's a way better defender than Trae, I think, and he's way more explosive. So between those two types of guys who I'm interested in, obviously, like I think we need to get a Trae on this team or someone of that caliber. We need another all-star to join Tyler and Bam. Like that's not going to cut it. That build is not good enough, in my opinion. But if Ja is for some reason available, which I don't think he will be, I don't know why the Grizzlies will let him go. He's only 25 years old. You gotta go after him. You might have to trade Tyler for him. At this point, I don't see a world where we can keep Tyler, Bam, and Ja. If there is, you're trading Khalil Ware. You're trading Jovic. Jaime, the Heat fans probably don't give a shit about at this point, right? But you're trading Ware, Jovic, Jaime at bare minimum, plus all the picks we got. So what do you think, Martel? Ja or Trae?
Well, the biggest thing also, too, is I just don't see them trading Ja. It's probably going to be Desmond Baines. Like we said off camera, there's no way that, they're a small market team. How are they going to afford to pay Triple J, Ja, and Baines? Somebody out of the three has to go. They are second, within the Western Conference, but it's like you got to look at the small market teams, like I said before, and see where do they see this team going forward. Same thing with the Miami Heat. Who do they prioritize right now with this roster? I know that people are saying that we don't have championship aspirations. Of course we don't. We got rid of our max guy in Jimmy Butler. No team would after giving up their max player. So where do they see this team with Tyler and Bam? Do they believe in Tyler and Bam? Obviously, Bam Adebayo is not going anywhere. I mean, Tyler Hero, he said it himself. Yes, he's having a good season, but he has to continue to keep this up. He has to continue to prove to the organization, the coach, Mickey, Pat, and everybody that he deserves to be here. So if I'm really going to look at someone, it has to be Trae, only because if you're telling me that Trae, he's averaging pretty much 20 and 10, and he's, leading the league with assists at 6 foot, and he's doing this with Clint Capella and all these other guys. Can you imagine him doing that with Bam Adebayo, with Khalil, where obviously the backcourt with Tyler and Hero wouldn't work? But these are all huge questions. I really think that if we're going to make a move, you're going to have to trade guys like Jaime, like Jovic, to see where is this team going to go, towards the future. Bam Adebayo is 27 years old. He's creeping up on 30. This team is not – yes, we're young, but we don't have time to waste. So they're going to have to definitely look around the league and see who's willing to ask out, who wants to move out of their team to see what type of, just star would really fit on this team.
I personally think, right, like it depends of how we finish this year, right? Like if Pat Riley is really serious and this team goes out and we get eliminated just being in the play-in, because like you got to be in top 10 and we don't make it to the playoffs, That's going to tell me a lot. Hopefully that makes Pat Riley a little bit more aggressive. He lost his best player in Jimmy Butler. Well, he didn't lose it, but he traded him away because whatever. We all know that. And so that, like, it's either you go for Kevin Durant because they offered a trade for Kevin Durant. I mean, they didn't. It was Jimmy and Jay Rich or whatever the package, but they tried to offer for Kevin Durant, right? There's going to be players available. Superstar players always get traded no matter what. There was several that got traded this trade deadline, so it might not as much during the offseason, but Durant, I love Durant, bro. I think Durant fits his team perfectly, dude. I don't care how old this dude is. I think he's a top 10, top 15 player in the league at his age. I see a lot of people in the comment section saying, listen, why are we going to trade our young guys for Kevin Durant for only going to have him for 2 to 3 years? I understand that, but you got to realize, too, Jovic was never going to be a star player in this league. I can't even see – bro, Jovic is a roller coaster. This dude goes up here, has his good moments, and is going all the way down. Jaime hasn't shown nothing since his rookie year. So why do I care about those two guys at this point? I'm going to be honest with you. Why? The only player I care about is Kel'el Weir. Kel'el Weir is untradeable, but Jaime and Jovic, and possibly even sometimes Tyler, are tradable. To be honest with you, depending the trade package, you trade Tyler. Depending the trade package, you keep Tyler. There's nothing wrong with Tyler. I think Tyler's a great player, but just sometimes you got to do certain things, man, to be a good team out here, man. So I think Kevin Durant worked perfectly. Ja Morant, I just dropped a video about it, and I see some people saying, Ja Morant doesn't fit the Heat culture. Well, you can look at both sides of it, right? Maybe he doesn't fit it, but maybe we could fit him into the Heat culture, and he changes his whole behavior behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Because he does a lot of stuff that maybe he shouldn't do, right? Or you can look at it, okay, maybe he does. He already does. So we'll see what happens with the Ja Morant situation. I agree with Martell when it comes to who are they going to choose, right? Especially if they get eliminated early, being a second seed, if they can maintain that, then it's like, you got to pay Triple J because Triple J is having a great year. You got to pay Bane. Well, Bane's already paid, and then Ja Morant's already paid. As a small market team, can those three players win championships? I don't know. You know what I mean? So they got to look at that. They got players like Gigi Jackson and Scottie Pippen Jr. who could probably fill in that role. And Martell, I didn't know. Like, I looked this up. The Grizzlies are 14-8 without Ja Morant this year. So they've been playing without him. You know what I mean? They win games without him. They won playoff games without him. Just saying, just throwing that out there, man. So,
but Amir, just a quick question, just so that the people know, how does the picks work? Because let's say we don't make the playoffs. Do we get 1 pick, 2 pick? Let's say that we do make the playoffs. My biggest thing is, we already spoke about this off camera as well. If we don't make the playoffs, we get 2 picks, correct, Amir?
Yes.
Okay, so why on earth are we going to try to make the playoffs to go play the Boston Celtics round 1 and go get booted out of the play? That just makes no sense to me.
Because it's Pat Riley.
This season is about developmental guys. It's all about the young guys. That's it. Jimmy's gone. It's all about the young guys. If you're telling me that we're going to get 2 first-round picks and a loaded NBA draft, or you use those 2 picks and you parlay it to go get a superstar. However, I don't really see a superstar that's in his prime right now that's going to be widely available. You see what I'm saying? So it might as well you go and you get those 2 first-round picks and a loaded NBA draft. But go ahead, Amir.
I mean, yeah, I get it. Like, you don't tank on purpose, though, because that's part of our culture. And that's a fun thing.
That culture is dead, though.
Yeah, I'm tired of hearing this culture stuff. I'm about to stop saying it myself, bro. I'm tired of hearing this Heat culture stuff, bro. Because, bro, if this was Heat culture, bro, Jimmy wouldn't be doing half of the things that he was doing when he was on the team, bro. He made us look like a joke. He looked like he walked all over us, bro. I'm tired of this Heat culture thing, bro. Let's stop saying it. As Heat fans, let's stop saying it. Until it's back, let's stop saying it in America.
These are the little kids right here, not the real lifelong Heat fans. I've been a Heat fan longer than they've both been alive. So the organization, yes, is going through turmoil. Yes, Jimmy Butler was not exuding Heat culture in his final season, obviously. Like, initially he did. It was a match made in heaven. Are there chinks in the armor? Sure. But, like, we're still a historic organization. We've won 3 championships. Half the league hasn't won a single championship. So you could talk all of the shit you want on Mickey for being shitty now and being cheap now, but he has still provided the city of Miami, the state of Florida, 3 championships in the NBA. So, like, there is still such a thing as Heat culture, right?
So is Jerry Jones. So has Jerry Jones, bro. Like,
I get it, but still, the Dallas Cowboys are the freaking America's team for a reason still, even though they suck and haven't done shit in like 25 years, right? Neither is my Niners have at least gone to the Super Bowl, and that hurts even more getting that far and losing multiple times. But like your team hasn't even got sniffed an NFC championship, but they're still America's team. They're still getting all the national primetime spots for a reason. They still have 5 Super Bowl rings compared to like 30-40% of the league that doesn't have that, right? They're still a part of history. Even though the Cowboys franchise has been going downhill, they're still competing. They're not tanking like other crappy organizations. That's what we don't do that. I take pride in that. Is it stupid? Yes. Sometimes it's stupid, especially when there's Cooper Flag and other like guys that you can win certain sweepstakes and winning guys who will change the trajectory of your entire franchise. Like Wemby, the year Wemby was a rookie, we should have tanked 2 years ago, but we couldn't because we had Jimmy Butler. We had good pieces.
But it's different now. Exactly. But it's different now. But if you know you're not going to, we know we're not going to win a championship. I do not want to go to the playoffs to go lose to the Boston Celtics in round 1. It makes no sense.
Oh, I get it.
We are not winning a championship.
I get it. I'll go back to the picks too, but I'm saying like that's our mentality though. We don't quit. Like they can.
But I know.
Like, like they're still competitors. You think Tyler and Bam are going to go out there and want to get their ass beat every day? Like no. Like, but like, are we going to sit and make up fake injuries saying Bam and Tyler are hurt so that way we do?
No, you're about the team that you're pivoting in another direction behind closed doors. Every NBA team does it or has done it.
Yeah.
And you try to pivot towards and listen, you tell the guys, we have a potential to get 2 first-round picks to improve the roster. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, they can't help the team right now. Yes and no. It kind of depends on who you pick. But if there's talent to be gotten, you got to go get it.
Dude, so what are you trying to insinuate? You tell the players what? Don't try hard so we can not make the playoffs?
We are tanking. Some games we're winning, some games we're losing.
They're going to do that anyway. They're mediocre. Right, they're a mid-ass team anyway. They suck. You don't need to tank. Just let them play. Just like take out Terry, get him out of the rotation. So that way,
no, you want Terry playing. You probably want Terry Rose.
That's actually a good point. But I was going to say you want to.
You want to play.
All right. Okay. Fine. Bad example. Alec Burks, you're never playing again. Kevin Love, you're never like older guys like that. Like you're not playing. It's all Pella. It's Kashad. It's Isaiah Stevens. If you want to tank that way, Martel, in a sense, right? Then you say the guys that are in the rotation, the veterans, you're out. They're hurt. DMPs. Then you play those guys. That's how you tank. Right, by developing. I see what you're saying.
Look at OKC. Just look at OKC. How they built their team from. Bro, they gave up Russ. They gave up Durant. They gave up Ibaka. They gave up Harden. They gave up all those guys, right? Yep. And look at them. Probably 10 years later, 7 years later. I don't know how long it's been. They're a number 1 seed. They're supposed to be in the finals this year, and they got a superstar player, and they still got tons of draft picks. They still got tons of capital. Not everybody's Presti. I get that. We can't compare Presti and Pat Riley at this. Presti's like top tier executive. We just can't do it. But what I'm saying is you got to choose the best direction for your team. And the best direction for the team is not to go to the playoffs so we can get bounced out. And then we go out here and then be like, all right, let's run it back. We had to have a run a full season with Wiggins and Tyler and Bam. That's our new big 3. No, we can't do that. You got to do what's best for the organization and the team. And what's best for the team is if you're not going to trade those picks for star players, you draft players. That's what you do. This is one of the deepest draft class in a while. Cooper Flag staying. I seen that report. I want to stay another. Bro, he's going to the league. Okay, so I'm not saying we're getting Cooper Flag. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if Cooper Flag was to get out the draft, then some of the players that the Miami Heat could get are going to move up because you know what I mean. If that makes sense, they're going to move up in a sense, and then we possibly can miss some players, whatever. I'm just saying. And then I already know what the comment sections. Oh, you guys are fake Heat fans because you guys want to lose. It's not about what's losing. You got to understand what we're saying. We want what's best for the team, the organization. That's what we want.
How did we get D-Wade?
Like, draft. And with the new CBA, and man, I want you to break down the picks. I know we're cutting you off. But with the new CBA, you're not getting star players. Look at the Celtics. The Celtics in 2020 are going to be cooked. Yeah, all these contracts cooking up. Trust, they're going to be cooked. The new CBA holds a lot. That's why you get the young guys. That's why OKC is fine paying SGA all this money. Because you know what? Their players on rookie deals, second-year deals. Like, bro, they're chilling. But, yeah, break down the picks.
The only thing, though, to counter with that, though, was the Thunder had Harden, Westbrook, and KD in their primes that they traded. We couldn't have done that. The only time we could have done anything remotely close to that was 2 years ago with Bam obviously getting like third in depoy or second in depoy to Marcus Smart, being an all-star, and then also Jimmy after that finals run. Because if we traded Jimmy after that finals run, we could have got 4 picks for him for sure, right? Two seasons ago. But the Thunder had that advantage of having really good players, as you obviously know. Huh?
Memphis,
Yeah,
Houston.
no, Memphis Rockets. They've. I get it. You
They
definitely.
draft all well.
You got to
And
be
they-
bad. Yeah, and you got to hit. You got to hit because you could draft a Cam Reddish like
Yeah.
the Hawks did and get screwed. You can draft a bunch of guys in the top 5, top 10. We haven't had a top 10 pick since Winslow, since 2010, right? It's been 15 seasons, right? Since we've had a top 10 pick. Before that, Beasley at 2. That was 2008, 17 years ago. So, like, I understand the point because if we do continue losing and get the 10th seed, perhaps I don't see us going worse than the 10th seed. We could still get the play in and lose the play in, right? And not even make the playoffs. Then we can get like a top 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pick. That could be huge. Because if we don't make the playoffs, Martel, we get our 2025 pick from the Thunder. We owe the Thunder a pick this season if we make the playoffs. So if we make the playoffs, we get 1 pick. That is the Warriors pick that they just traded us for Jimmy Butler. If we don't make it, we get our own pick back. And so here's the caveat. Here's the question I'm asking you guys. Okay, if we don't make the playoffs, though, the pick that we owe the Thunder, because we owe the Thunder a pick, we owe the Hornets a pick. Why? Because of that stupid Terry Rozier trade. Those 2 picks will go from lottery protected to unprotected if we don't make the playoffs. So here's your caveat, right? No playoffs. The benefit for the Heat, we get 2 picks. That's good, right? 2 lottery picks. Not top 5, not top 10.
That's fine, though. No.
But
that's fine.
Wait, let me finish. So then the other part, though, is those protected picks in the future are now unprotected, meaning we get our 2 picks this season. Let's say we don't make the playoffs. We get our 2 picks. We draft whoever. Next season, first game of the season, Tyler Hero breaks his leg. Bam Adebayo tears his Achilles, right? Then what happens? We're fucking done. We are going to be worse than the Hornets. We're going to be worse than the Hawks. We're going to be the 14th seed in the East if we lose one of our guys, right? Then guess what happens? Instead of getting a top 3 pick because we're one of the worst teams, the Thunder get a top 3 pick. Imagine the Thunder winning the championship this year and also getting our pick. So I'm saying, what's your trade-off? Like, do you feel like the Heat are going to be good in the future? Because if they're good, then you don't have to worry, right?
Yes,
If we suck.
They'll be good enough. They'll always be good enough in the future. They'll always be good enough.
That's what Martel's answer. So what's your answer? Are you worried about that?
Dude, I'm laughing because why'd you have to say Tyler did this and then Bam gets hurt? Bro, I get what you're saying, though. Bro.
That could be detrimental. That would fucking suck.
But the thing is, right? I feel like we're missing a part. Say we draft the guys, whatever, right? Or we don't draft the guys. We still got 2 picks. You know what 2 picks can do in this league? Like if we're really trying to compete and win championships like Pat Riley and this Heat culture, y'all like to say, right? Those 2 picks can mean a lot to the Phoenix Suns. I'm just saying, those 2 picks can mean a lot to a lot of these teams in the league, man. I wish we had more second-round picks. Maybe I'm just being greedy, but a lot of these players are going for second-round picks too. But you get what I'm saying. There's other aspects of ways you can go about it too. We don't got to draft.
Ja Morant, we were talking about.
We can just trade. We could trade picks.
We'll have 3 picks then. We could trade those 2 and then the future pick that we have.
And let's get rid of Jaime. Let's get rid of Jovic. I'm all for it, bro. Throw in Terry Rozier. I don't care.
Let me ask you this, Trent and Martel, real quick though, to stay on that thought with Morant. They're going to ask for where? You think they're not going to ask for it? Yeah, Jaime and Jovic and Haywood. Give me those 3 and 3 picks. Like hell no. Would you trade where to get Ja Morant? So you're pairing Ja, Tyler, and Bam.
No, I'm not.
Martel, that's a tough one.
It's tough, man, because I mean, obviously you would want Tyler, Ja, and Bam, but the real question is that even winning you a championship? Is that even winning you you know what I'm saying? Because listen, Ja is not a number 1 option.
He's not. No,
he's not a number 1 option. He's not a guy that can score. You know, I mean, he could barely shoot. Same thing with Tyler. He's not a number 1 option. Bam is not a number 1 option. I mean, the only clear-cut future number 1 option for the Miami Heat that I can say, wow, is Anthony Edwards. That's it. Other than that, I mean, all these other things, it makes us good in the playoffs unless we can really do it through team ball. Like if we were to get like Trae, Tyler, Wiggins, Bam, Ware. Now we're talking because you got so many pieces now that could put you over the top. But if you don't have a team like that, you're cooked because Ja, Tyler, and Bam is not getting it done.
Yeah, I said this in my video. I don't think Ja gets it done either. I don't even think Trae gets it done. I think Trae just makes Bam look like an elite player, more elite. I think it just makes us more exciting I mean, we haven't had a good point guard in a long time, man. And I think they give us a little bit more wins. But my last thing I'll bring up to you guys real quick before we do end. What do we do with Haywood Highsmith, man? What's does Spo got something on Haywood Highsmith at this point? Like him not playing and then him playing 30 minutes and then him going to DMPs don't make sense to me. You just paid him in the offseason, I believe. So what's going on with him? If we're not going to play and trade him, what are we doing?
Trade him for what though? Second round pick? He's like, because he's what?
No. You put him in a trade package. You got to put him in trade. But the thing is, it's like, I don't want to trade him. That's the thing. I don't want to trade him. But, like, what are we doing with him?
Spo is a mad scientist. He's tinkering around, not playing our best.
No.
Best point of attack defender. Freaking.
That is not tinkering around. First of all, I don't understand what Eric Spoelstra is doing when you're telling me that you're halfway through the season and you've had pretty much the core of these players and you don't know how to use them. Yeah, something is going on with, you know what I'm saying? How is he not playing and you signed him for defense and he's arguably our best perimeter defender?
Not anymore. But yeah.
What do you mean not anymore?
Wiggins. Look at
stop it, bro.
But no, he's right there with Wiggins. He is right there with Wiggins.
Maybe
Wiggins is maybe a little bit better than him, but I'm saying is you're telling me that this team struggles on defense. It's getting cooked out there. Teams are dropping 100 points on us, and Haywood's not playing. Haywood, Tyler, Bam, and Wiggins should always be playing.
You worried about the defense? We're top 9 in defense. The offense is fucking atrocious.
Yeah, but
we're 24th in scoring. Defense, we're okay. I mean, yeah, we're not doing the greatest defensively, but offensively, we can't put the ball. We scored 86 and 85 in 2 of the 4 losses that we just had.
Well, no, it is bad, but Tyler didn't play one of those games. I understand Tyler played one of the other game, but I get it. I that's terrible. You can't lose to Spencer Dinwiddie and Dante Exum. You just get it. That's dude. When I seen that loss, I just thought of okay, let's tank. Like after that, I made a video. Let's tank. You just can't.
Like, bro, what are we doing here, bro?
You can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. But listen, any final thoughts?
Make sure that you guys like, share, comment, subscribe. Listen, I'm pushing a 6K. You have Trent that's pushing a 5K, and then you have Amir that's pushing a 3K. Make sure that you guys go to their platforms, hit that subscribe button, and thank you guys for all the support.
Appreciate y'all.